Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Today we're going to be flushing and testing fire hydrants. That's right, we have to exercise all the valves. And when we exercise the valves, boy do we get exercise, because those valves are tough to turn. So I got this little clip. I'm going to clip you on my hat here like this, and you can watch me test a fire hydrant and go through all the procedures. So this might be a long video, so if it is, I always put the video in 2x speed. So there's a setting you could push it 2x speed, and just have me talk real fast like this. All right, let's clip you on the camera, clip you on the helmet, and test this fire hydrant and that underground valve. All right, let's grab our tools, and first thing we need to do is pop the underground lid, the underground vault, and I paint these caps white before I put them back. See how they're black? Well, we want to paint them white in case someone breaks that fire hydrant. The fire department knows right where to go to shut off that hydrant. I don't know if this camera will pick it up, but we're going to look down in that hole, and you're going to see, let's see what you're going to see. You see the cockroaches? I don't know if you could see those cockroaches down there, but yeah, that's a good place for cockroaches. All right, let's get our underground key and turn this valve. Okay, I have two underground keys. I have a long one and a short one, and the short one has been a little too short. So if you ever want to turn off a fire hydrant, you got to have one of these water key. They call it a water key. And I got lucky on this one. I can find the key itself. Oh, but you see how tight that is? That's almost too tight. Yeah, if we can call this one a fail. All right, well, I'm gonna need my coworker with me. Wow, okay, we're gonna call this a fail. We'll pick up this video on the next hydrant. Okay, I got you on the helmet cam, and we're gonna exercise a valve. That's what we're gonna do. So we'll grab our tools, and we'll pop the underground vault, our underground lid. Sometimes these don't come off too easy, but this one looks like it's gonna come out for me. And I always take my flashlight, and I'll take a gander down here and see how many cockroaches there are, and see if I can see the water key. Okay, you can see the cockroaches down there. So I got to get to that little square key and turn it and disrupt those cockroaches. So that's where we will get our water key and put on our sissy mitts, because my hands are sensitive. I am a delicate flower, as they say. Okay, I think I'll get the long one. I'll get the long one here, and we'll hopefully this valve will turn. Sometimes they don't turn because they haven't been exercised in a while. So this is why we exercise these things. And we're just kind of going by Braille right here. We're just kind of feeling. There it is right there. Okay, we can turn this one. Look at that. So we're going to exercise this valve, and while we're exercising this valve, we get exercise. Look at this. So we should be turning these valves every year, or at least every 5 years. Because if you don't exercise them, they get full of rust and calcium, and they don't want to close. And if they don't close, if somebody hits that fire hydrant with a car or a delivery truck, well, that fire hydrant's going to be broken off, and the fire department's not going to be able to shut it. So this is why we exercise these valves, because we know after I get this valve closed that there's no water to that fire sprinkler, fire hydrant, I should say. Okay, there's the end of it. You see how I'm getting close to the end? It's getting tighter, and I'm really getting to the end right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, that's it. And I'll take this water key out, because I've had idiots drive by and almost hit it. So now that I got the water key off, I got the water off to the hydrant. So, like I said, I always paint these up. I paint these white in case that hydrant ever breaks. The fire department will know right where to go. Okay. Very nice. Let's grease the stems, shall we? Okay, now we will get our grease, white all-purpose lithium grease. And this is how I know when these things haven't been worked on in a while, because they haven't been greased. But you can see here, that came off really smooth. Let's see this one. Oh yeah, that's nice. This is why we grease them, right? Because if there's ever a fire, we want to have these come off right away. We don't want to be messing around. Okay, so now I will open up all my stems. But first, I will move my stuff, because a little water will be coming out of this. Let's go ahead and open this up. All right, that valve closes over there. So that's a good thing. This is why we exercise those valves. We always want to... Okay. Exercise, exercise. So now that I got all these stems open, fire hydrant stems, I will grease them. Everything should be greased, right? We want it all smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. I just grease the stems later, and later I'll do the valve connections. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa, too much grease. Too much grease. Okay. Just want a nice fine layer, right? So now we will close these stems. Oh, that's like butter. Look at how smooth that is. That's the way it should be. You know when somebody's worked on these. Now, I don't know why people don't do their job right. I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. I guess it's just human nature. Okay. All valves are greased. All stems are greased. Valve stems, that's right. All right, let's go open up that underground valve. Okay, now we're gonna open the water to this hydrant, and when we do this, we open this valve all the way up and we back this valve off a little bit. See, here's where I got to use that braille. I'm kind of using, there it is. Okay, let's turn it on. You hear it? Come on. Now we'll turn this valve all the way on. And then we'll back it off about a half a turn. But we like that, don't we? That valve shut, so that's a good thing. The underground valve shut, and all the greases were on the stems got greased. So now all we have to do is flush that fire hydrant. Okay, so this valve's all the way open. So now I will back this off a turn, full turn. Okay, we're done with that. Now we're going to get our fire hydrant diffuser. That kind of directs the water to where we want it to go. Okay, it's time to flush this fire hydrant. So now this is the fun part. We get to direct this water to wherever we want it to go. And I think I'll go right there. Hopefully I won't get the back of my truck too wet. Here we go. You ready to get some stuff wet? We call this a gutter washer. Okay, there's one side. Here's the next side. I guess I'll point that this way. Let's wash this. Let's wash these gutters out. How about that? 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. This is the big one. And I won't do this one too much because there's a door right there. I don't want it to flood out the... I don't want to flood out the store. Okay. Fire hydrant flushed. Now all I got to do is put that water cap back on and grease up the hose connections. Okay, so this fire hydrant passed. We liked everything about this. We like, oh, look what I didn't do. I didn't grease these stems. Let me grease the hose connections. Give that a real, and while I clean that, I kind of give it a little wipe off too. Just get all that junk off of there. You see that junk right there? Just get all that off of there with your brush or paint over it. There we go. Nice and greased. I think the fire department will like the way that's greased. Oh, look at that. Oh, they like that. I can tell already. So after I've passed it, I do one last thing just to make it official. Normally I'd put my little inspection tag on it, but I'm not doing that today. But I do the old wipe down. Yeah, you see all that? Get rid of all that. Look at how nice that looks after you wipe it down. See, look at that. Get rid of that. Might as well do it right. Look at this. Get rid of that. You could hook up these chain again if you wanted to, but there's really nothing to hook them up to. Ow, I guess I can hook it up to that like that. There you go. Chain hooked up. All right, there you go. Put our tools back. And off to the next one down there. One last thing. Yeah, so if that fire department or that fire hydrant ever broke, the fire department's gonna need to know right where to shut that hydrant off. So I always put that water facing the hydrant, so I know right where to go. All right, one fire hydrant passed. Like I said, I think I got 50 of them here. I don't know how many, but it's a lot. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these fire hydrant testing adventures. Yeah, all you got to do is exercise the underground valve, grease all the stems, close the underground valve, grease all the stems, open the underground valve, flush the fire sprinkler system after you turn the valve on, and then grease the hose connections. But yeah, that looks a lot better with a white cap on it. All right, you know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye bye, everybody.